Tonight on EA Sports, Super Bowl 60.
Bowl 60. Damn, that's so far away.
It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Indianapolis Colts taking on the champions from the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
I hate the run too.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take that. Oh, right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
The quarterback sack.
So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
First play.
Opening minute and already a trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Oh.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
This will be fielded at the 17. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Try and start this drive in the air. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeVal. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, Charles, I don't think there's any question that this is the biggest moment for any one of these players in their professional career. Nothing else compares to the Super Bowl.
And there's no question about it. You're right. Nothing else compares to the Super Bowl. I will say it's possible that we might see a bit of a letdown for such an emotionally charged win in the conference championship. Getting to the big game with a win over your most bitter rival is a Super Bowl caliber win for that team. Now they've got to regroup, retool, and refocus.
It's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 10 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
To kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Winston.
He'll get this one to Pittman.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter. And it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with a football.
Well, CD, you mentioned the possibility of this being somewhat of a letdown game. And, yes, strange that that would happen in the Super Bowl. But here's the bottom line. It's going to be up to the signal caller here to set the tone. And remember, they just defeated their bitter rival in the conference championship game. And this signal caller was very much at the center of that public rivalry over the last 2+ years.
You're absolutely right. And let's face it, if he's locked in, then nobody else in the locker room has an excuse not to be. And since he's been at the center of this thing, he understands what his mission is going out in this ball game.
10 at the 17-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
It's nothing.
They've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. Back to throw. On the move to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0.
Well, that's other thing probably.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off.
And the next one he can.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drop.
Wobble, wobble, gobble, gobble.
You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. And Winston lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
Touchdown, Falcons.
And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So not only the cough, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you got a chance to come back to it. When things have changed a little bit, they have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Now the second down throw on target.
Winston's pass.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun. Winston into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
Dorian O'Daniel.
Boy.
A great quick
Captain
nice
Vernon
return,
Jones,
but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Oh, it wasn't that touchdown.
Set to valve. There to make the grab. And the Falcons add on.
Get down near the goal line. This is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Here's Carter now on the return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, Winston. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific, because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Touchdown. A big play there with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin, because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click. And I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay, because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down.
Good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Now following the touchdown, off Richter to kick off. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 30 on 2nd down, Winston. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Winston. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And his kick is good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
He was looking for Michael Pittman that time,
but it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Jameis to throw it. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Jalen Rager was the intended receiver,
and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Oh, I'm sure.
Again, it's Winston. And Winston lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumble.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
Oh, okay.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Winston. And quickly finding Rager. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
Oh, Daniel.
And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there.
Nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here's Carter now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
Turnover differential.
without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Defense or offense?
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage.
Oh, he
I
caught
love how
that.
you put it together. The front and back
that
working
person.
in sync.
Pretty
Only
simple,
way to
man.
play good defense.
A little surprise pays off on third. And
No.
for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And that's the end of the
Picked
quarter.
off at the 49.
This is too easy right here.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much seal the deal for New Orleans as well, but I got to go.
So the halftime show of the Super Bowl, abbreviated, ready to go for the second half.
To kick off for Indianapolis.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
I think I'll put my
About
player on the
set to
Jets.
begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly
That
clear
is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Stop this play.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about
He
right
might
there?
actually train
He
that
ran
way,
right
actually,
through
now
that
you
weak
say that.
tackle attempt.
Stop shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Making the play defensively.
They said I gotta do 3 run plays anyway.
Following the
So,
pickup of
I'll do
4,
three
here's
straight
second
run
and
plays.
6. Now Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to
There we go,
midfield.
Gabe. We're going complete.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball
3rd and
control
inches.
football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36.
Good for a Falcon.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball, let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind. And this time, they get it to him the more conventional way. And it's much more successful as well.
And now he's going to use his legs. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end.
Another Falcons.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Wide open receiver complete. And they are they're able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's a run with Mixon,
Oh.
and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there, so I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 3 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
And I can take some time off the clock.
Touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
Not that they were a threat to catch up.
Here's Carter now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
My goal is still to keep them 1-0.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And that is incomplete.
Winston's pass.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Got to start all the way from back here.
About that effort, I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Breaks a tackle. And another tackle broken. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10.
I need to get my swag
Touchdown, Falcons. Joe Mixon, 98 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now
98 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big time jump.
That was for them putting him over his ass earlier.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
Well, they get another chance to score.
Now this will make it into the end zone.
I know
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shot.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Yeah, that was only another 14 seconds off the clock.
This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds.
And Winston lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Seth DeValve, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
The kicker on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Now following the touchdown, Hoff Richter to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
Great, the Super Bowl gonna be next month.
Now a hit.
Oh,
Football, and the Falcons grab it.
On the play. Recovered by the Colts.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They were good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll give it to Mixon, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And this offense is running away with this one. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. Looking to go back to Thomas again. And now it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Winston throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, but now it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now Winston. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's what he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to launch, and this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. James Washington, 44 yards. as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Throwing, Winston. And Winston lost the football.
He told me I can't even
The
get to it.
Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Winston's pass.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 13.
To throw is Winston. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Quarterback is sacked.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Falcons capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
For him. I'll come for you again.
Here's Winston. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 20.
To throw, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Barnes. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebrate. And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So then we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one. You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first down throw for Winston. And Winston lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Alvin Kamara.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taking it about the 16. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Falcons offense set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team to have a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off.
The Colts take over first and 10.
We're going to try to get to
their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moment. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 3rd and long for Winston. And Winston lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again.
Great
Extraordinary.
way to get it.
Defense has been good, and they were good again there. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Defense came to
And you
play
can bet
today,
they're
and
putting
no
2 hands
offense.
on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta defense shifting into high gear as they head back out there now. They've played excellent. Another stop here. That would just be the icing on the cake.
You definitely want to finish things off the way it's gone throughout the day. And it's gone awfully well for them. They don't want to give up any type of a fluke, any type of a big play here. That'll leave a bad taste in their mouth as they go in and celebrate.
Yeah, they want that good cake taste, right?
No doubt about it. That 6-layer cake.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Oh, come on, ref.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. The penalty is a result of that hit there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Barnes. Winston 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Intercepted. The Falcons
I only
take
got,
over 1st and 10
15 seconds.
at the
I'm going to roll
41-yard
out.
line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air it out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
Robert Wood.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Oh, he tipped it.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Let's see the play after the rush. Let's try
They'll
this
try
one.
again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. The quick slant caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And he's able to put it through. Scoring
That's
summary,
about it.
3-play
Can't do
drive.
150, but
And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Richter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff Richter to kick off.
yeah, we got every type of touchdown today. Rushing,
The
picks,
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively? And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions.
Here's my confetti.
And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists a Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gunn signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
Yes, Godzilla. Number 3. That hits troops to victory. Look at that. 11 touchdowns. That's awesome. Alright, and we'll leave this one out to